Today we have Mr. Prashant Sankar here with us, who is a qualified ACCA.
So basically, it has more than 100 years of experience that it started way back in 1909. ACCA does not have that rigid system. ACCA is more of flexible.
Since you said you worked in Goldman's and JP Morgan, what are the job possibilities that a student who's completed his ACCA?
Absolutely. So that's also another good question because ACCA, if you look at the syllabus, there are 13 papers, and in that 13 papers, you are tested into various specific knowledges. So one of the knowledges that you gain is accounting, definitely. So very commonly, ACCAs go and get a job in the accounting department. And another job perspective or job you get is in audit field. So that is also very common in ACCA. And you can also get tested in management accounting, so you can work as a management accountant as well. So you get a job opportunity in multiple departments, like management accounting, financial accounting. You can get work in tax. You can get work in audit, etc. So there is tremendous opportunities that you get. And what I choose was majorly in audit as well as in financial accounting, and I would be working in that particular area itself. And also ACCA has a separate division called as a corporate division, where they tie ups with they partner with a lot of approved employers, and these approved employers promise to hire ACCAs. And when they promise to hire ACCAs, it means that you can get some sort of guarantee from these approved employers. So as I said, I've worked in companies, I'm majorly in finance, and all these companies are MNC or multinational corporates which have a finance outsourced unit in India. So when there is every student, they come up and ask me is, sir, if I take up ACCA, should I go outside India itself? No. You can work in India, you can work for multinational corporations. There are big four who hires quite a large number of students or employees who are doing their ACCAs in India. There is EY GDS in Cochin, there is EY GDS in Bangalore, there is KPMG Global in Cochin and Bangalore, and it keeps on going. So there is a point of time where you will get more amount of opportunities in India. That time will come. So definitely, when you look at that perspective, the job opportunity is gonna keep bigger because India is becoming a global outsourcing unit for companies like big corporates or conglomerates for their finance sector. So likewise in IT, how it was a growing field, like India is gonna grow for the finance sector because we have a quality people in India who can provide the services outside India and export it.
So you said ACCA has scope both in India and in outside.
Absolutely.
So what is the cost that the student has to bear if they decide to join an ACCA course?
Sure. So I will answer this question in two parts. So ACCA's fees, if you look at, there are two parts of fees. One is that the fees they give it to the institutions who teaches ACCA, and the fees they give it directly to ACCA. So ACCA, as I said, is a UK based course. So all their fees will be in pounds. So if you're doing it from India specifically, the fees that you pay to the institutes will be in INR, but the fees that you pay to ACCA directly will be in UK pounds. So the first part is where you give it to the institutes, right? So ACCA institutes in India, they teach you ACCA. They help you to clear the subjects of ACCA. So you will have to pay lecturing fees for each subject that you take up. So they'll motivate you, they'll help you to clear, they'll teach you the concepts, they'll have regular mock exams that they conduct and things like that. So for depending upon institute to institute, they charge you a fees, maybe 10,000 per paper to 15,000, depending upon institute to institute. But if you look at from the fees that you pay to ACCA directly, the fees are like the registration fees, which is approximately 3,000 to 4,000 rupees, and in pounds it will be 30 to 40 pounds. There is something called as exam fees, which you pay for every 13 exams you write. You need to pay approximately 10,000 to 15,000, and one paper specifically is 20,000. So that would constitute around 1,50,000 to 2 lakh for the fees itself for ACCA. And there is something called as subscription fees, which is like every year to maintain your account or maintain your membership, you need to pay a fees. So that constitutes around 10,000 per annum. So when you combine all of them together, it comes to around 3 lakhs to 4 lakh, etc. depending upon which institute you choose. If you choose a premium or a very high institute, they can charge you an exorbitant rate of, and they can, it could go up to 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs as well. If you choose an institute that gives you best training at a reasonable price, and that is more than enough for ACCA. So if you choose that, then definitely you can reduce your cost up to 3 lakh to 4 lakh. Because there's no difference between which institute you can go and join. It's just that how you study and how you manage yourself and how they are coaching you is what the differences are. So if you go for a fancy institute, definitely the only difference you're gonna do is that you're paying them more money to teach you the same thing that someone else can offer you.
Since institute fee is a major part for the ACCA student, which are the factors that they look into when they search for an ACCA institute?
Yeah, that's a very unique question because many of the students, as I said, they try to go and join a premium institute that offers a big, fancy things, right? So when you look at for an institute, definitely you look at the lecturers who are training the institute, whether the lecturers have enough experience, not just in training but as well as working for corporates, because you get to, as I said, ACCA is kind of like a scenario based exams, right? So you'll be able to understand how to approach those scenarios when you hear those practical or actual experience you're going through. Number one. Second thing is, you look at for institute which actually gives you a continuous support and gives you a reasonable price or a reasonable pricing, rather than you charging you exorbitant rates for something which is fancy. I'm not saying that many institutes are doing it, but there could be, right? So look for an institute that gives you, that promises you or assures you the coaching that you is required and gives you trainings, and the lectures are enough experience, not just in a training perspective, but at the same time they have certain amount of practical experience as well in their belt. Also look for institute that gives you or supports you from a skills perspective, because once you clear ACCA, it does not guarantee you jobs, right? I have seen ACCA students who have completed ACCA, and that's the hard part, right? Who have completed ACCA, but they have not got a job yet because they are lacking something, right? So if you want to stand out among the lot, like once you do ACCA itself, you're standing out among million people who are in the commerce field. But if you and if you want to stand out even from those people who are doing ACCAs, if you want to differentiate yourself, then you add on your skills. So if there are institutes who are giving you add-ons courses or skills-based courses, job-oriented courses, immediately go and join that institute, because they're gonna give you something extra, right? It's like a cherry on the top of a dessert, and they give you something extra, and that helps you to differentiate. And definitely companies are gonna come and knock your door for job opportunities because you are experienced in that field, rather than giving you just ACCA trainings. No, just look for something extra as well. Definitely that's going to be one of the best institutes, or what I feel that you can do ACCA from is. And also another thing is that if there are ACCA institutes that can offer you placements and things like that, definitely yes, because as I said, while I was pursuing ACCA itself, I was able to get a job, so that actually got me a lot of benefit. That gave me a lot of benefit because I was able to apply those practical aspects of what I'm doing into my theory and write the exams by connecting the practical aspect as well as the theoretical concepts. Once I connect the practical aspects, what I'm doing, and combine it with my answers in my theoretical concepts, it gives you a better answer or a structured answer. And ACCA always recommends for you towards that particular area, that you write which is more practical sense. That's why they are asking you questions which are scenario based. So if there are companies or institutes that actually promise you jobs or gives you placement, definitely go for that, because once you get job, it will be easier for you to crack the exams as well. And ACCA is a course which you can do multitasking. You don't need to just learn ACCA just doing that. You can add on your skills. You can do graduation along with it. You can do a job along with it. So it has to have certain amount of multitasking. And if you can show your employer that you're multitasking, your job opportunity is going to get much bigger and bigger and wider and wider.
So what is the salary that an ACCA student can expect?
Sure. So ACCA salary that you can expect is, let's say that you are an ACCA affiliate without enough experience, then your salary will be relatively a lower salary. You will have to start from scratch. So you can expect a salary around 6 lakh to 7 lakhs per annum if you are an ACCA affiliate, and that's how I started as well. And the moment you become a member, which is like 3 years, and you start working towards it, then every year, your salary is gonna get bigger and bigger, and it's gonna get more and more increase and increase. And it's there's no upper limit perspective, so you can keep going up to more than 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, depending upon how much experience you have. So someone who have more than 5 to 6 years would definitely get more than 15 lakhs per annum, looking at the job market conditions in India itself. So that's how ACCA salary is placed.
Okay, so for the final one, what is your one advice that you would prefer to give to the students who want to pursue ACCA?
So one advice is follow your heart, and as well follow your passion. Be passionate about any course that you're taking up. So I was passionate about accounting, finance, and that's how I kept gaining my knowledge, and I'm still learning quite a lot, and I'm still a student. So keep learning and learning and learning, and be passionate. Never stop your fire. Don't put water on the fire, and keep the fire burning. So that will help you to gain success, and in a spark of a second, or in a blink of an eye, you would reach on top as early as possible. So but never lower your flame. Keep burning yourself, and be passionate about what you want to do and what you want to achieve.
Thank you, sir. It was such an informative session. Now we get a clear idea about ACCA and its job opportunities and everything. And I hope our students will have a more clear idea about the ACCA. Thank you.